What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Tochi. Welcome back to the channel. I'm here with another workout routine critique video. In these videos, what I try to do is critique my own form after watching it back with these DJI Osmo Pocket 3 clips. And I also reach out to you guys that are also people that work out in the gym to get your critiques as well, so we can all get better in the gym together. So we're starting off here with the dumbbell incline press. This is a 30-degree angle. I do a lumbar progression, increasing the weight every week and then decrease the amount of reps every week as I do that. The biggest thing that I have noticed with my incline dumbbell presses is that I notice my elbows are flaring out a little bit more than I want. I have 3 different angles for this, so you guys can see it in the next couple of angles, but that is the biggest thing that I noticed. I actually talked to one of the guys here in the gym and they gave me that feedback of trying to put my elbows a little bit closer towards my torso, and then to also not just lift the weight straight up, but also bring it into the center of my chest. That way I can actually feel the actual squeeze in my chest motion. That's one of the biggest things that I noticed over the last 2 workout schedules, is that when I'm doing my any sort of like chest movement, if it's like a press, I notice I'm not really feeling the squeeze in my chest. So that's one of the things that I noticed. I got that feedback from one of the guys here in the gym, and I noticed that since I started applying those 2 bits of feedback, that I noticed I'm feeling my chest more and actually engaging it a lot more than usual, because I was feeling it really heavy in like my shoulder region, which led to some shoulder pain, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. So this is just another angle of me lifting these 80s. You can see that my elbows are flaring out a little bit more than I would want it to. And then another thing, which is another theme I've noticed in all my workout days, is that I am lowering the weight, or the eccentric motion is going a little bit too quickly. So my goals moving forward is to try to prioritize having like 3 to 4 seconds of lowering the weight, so I can have more time under tension, so I can actually get a little bit better of a pump and a little bit better of a squeeze. So moving on here, we have my second workout. I also do a lumbar progression with these dumbbell rows. I feel like my dumbbell row positioning and my form is actually not that bad. I think the biggest thing is just lowering the weight a little bit too quickly. You guys can give me the feedback or your thoughts in the comment section down below, but do you guys also do the same positioning with your lumbar rows where you have the bench kind of inclined up? I've seen some people do it where the bench is actually just completely flat, and then they have one knee on the actual bench, and then they lift it up off the sides. I haven't tried it yet. I don't know if there's any specific benefits to doing it that way, but you can see here, I really try to arch my back when I'm trying to do these rows and then lower it really, really slowly. But here, that's like maybe a 1 to 2 second lower. I want to try to lower it to, or raise the time to like 3 to 4 seconds. But you guys can let me know in the comment section down below if you guys think it's more beneficial for my growth with this workout if I had it with just a flat dumbbell bench press. You know what I mean? So let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear you guys' feedback. So you can see here, got my arch back, lowering the weight, and just really breathing and making sure that I do this properly. So this is my last time doing this. You guys can see my actual form. I think this workout out of all 5 to 6 that I do on my upper day has been the most consistent in terms of maintaining my posture and also breathing correctly. I think it's just that timing piece that I can improve on, but you guys can let me know if there's more things that I can improve on with this actual positioning right now as well. So the next thing that we're going to be doing here, I believe we go straight into overhead shoulder presses. If I'm not, yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I'm raising the bench right there. So yeah, I also do on these upper and lower days, the first 2 days of my regimen, I try to prioritize doing heavy weights and low reps. And then on the last 3 days with my push-pull legs, I do kind of like more of a hypertrophy focused workout with more reps and lighter weight. So the biggest thing that I'm noticing here with these dumbbell overhead presses, I noticed that I don't know, can I lower my shoulders or my elbows a little bit more? I think I can. And then also maybe angling the dumbbells a little bit closer to my chest while I lower it, because I feel like I'm just going a little bit too far wide in my motion. If you can tell here, if I can just bring my elbows a little bit closer to my chest and angle it, I feel like I'll get a little bit more of a squeeze in my shoulders. But you guys can let me know differently in the comment section down below. I'm also going to do a little bit of my own research. I've seen people do it both ways, but I'm just not really completely sure what the best way it is to position. That way I can get a little bit more growth out of my shoulders, because I feel like my arms are getting bigger, my chest is getting a little bit bigger, but I feel like my shoulders are kind of lagging a little bit here. So can't forget the water. That's one thing that I've been noticing. I'm not drinking enough water throughout my workouts. But I think we got one more rep here. I got a little bit closer of an angle so you guys can see, but let's see how we position this here. Okay, so yeah, so you can see as I lower it, actually with this one, I feel like it went pretty deep. Yeah, I think this one went pretty deep. I think it's just also the positioning of the elbows a little bit closer so I can feel the actual squeeze in my shoulder right there. But I feel like with this one compared to the last two sets that I did is not too bad. So I'll probably give myself maybe like a B minus on this positioning compared to the last one, which is probably like a C plus. So always remember to re-rack. That is one of my pet peeves that I've noticed since coming back to the gym, is people just leaving weights all over the place and not returning it. Coming back today specifically, there was like only 160 and the other 60 was like across the gym. I'm like, why is this over here? Why are people not re-racking? But anyways, the next thing that we got here are my weighted tricep dips. This is where I have a lot of critiques for myself. You can see me trying to get the weights over there. I also do a lumbar progression with this, so every single week I'm increasing the weights and then decreasing the amount of reps. And the first week was, I believe, 10. Yeah. So this here, I am definitely not going deep enough. And then I also feel like this is more or less, I think that, let's step back. I feel like that I'm trying to get more chest growth, and the way that I just did those dips, one, I did them too quickly, and then two, I wasn't angling my chest forward enough. So I feel like it was more so working out my triceps, which my triceps are okay, but I'm trying to get more chest growth out of these tricep dips, not just my triceps. So I feel like the biggest thing I can do here is, one, get a little bit deeper, and then two, angle my chest a little bit forward. That way I can get a little bit more squeeze out of my chest, and then also just slowing it down, because I'm talking right now, I'm like, why? I've already got 2 sets out the way. Sheesh, I am going way too quickly. So I don't know if this angle is probably the best angle to see it, but you can see how deeply I go when I actually do these tricep dips. All right, brother, this is the long rest. It's a long rest. Are you gonna go ahead? But anyways, that is the biggest thing that I want to do when I do these tricep dips, is that I really want to get a little bit more of a squeeze out of my chest, because I feel that in the last couple of weeks, my chest and my shoulders have been slowing down, and then I've been doing a little bit more of biceps to have that growth catch up, which it has been, but I feel like now my triceps and chests and my shoulders are, or my chest and shoulders are kind of lagging behind. So yeah, you can see there that that was probably the worst one out of all 3 sets. So I really need to do better next time I do these. All right, I think the last one, or second to last workout that I do, are some rope tricep pushdowns. So this is where I actually am trying to get some tricep work in. So my body positioning, I feel like, is fine. And I'm happy that 24 has bought these longer tricep ropes, because the other ones were really, really short. I was like, why do we even have these? So you can see that with these tricep pushdowns with the rope, I am not pushing far back enough, and I'm also going a little bit too quickly. This is one of the workouts that I feel that the more sets that I get into it, the least I actually push all the way far back. So that just may be an ego thing where I need to lower the weights a little bit so I can actually focus on getting the full range of motion. But you can see here that I'm struggling a bit and not getting the perfect form. So that's the biggest thing I need to keep on reminding myself, is to not just have to feel like I need to be adherent to the schedule. If it's getting too heavy, it's getting too heavy, and I have to just readjust everything. So you can see here, I could probably go a little bit more kicking back, and then also my my knees are just caving in right there. That's not the best sign. But yeah, I feel that, yeah, you can see that last one was a difficult one. I definitely need to lower the weight a little bit. That way I can get the full range of motion out. And then here we're going to end it off with some pull-ups. These pull-ups, you know, they're not too bad. I feel like I can straighten out my arms a little bit more and have like a little bit more of a dead hang at the end of each, you know, rep. I just kind of pump out like 3 sets of 10 because I have another day on my pull day where I actually do weighted pull-ups. So you can see here I'm actually pulling all the way up. One of these days I'm gonna get to be able to do a muscle up, but that day is not today. So yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, is that I really just need to straighten out my elbows or my arms when I'm doing these pull-ups, so I can actually get a full like back workout here. And then I'm not really sure how you guys feel about this, but my leg positioning, because my legs are long, they tend to hit the floor if I just keep them straight. How do you guys position your legs when you're doing pull-ups? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. So I think I have one more left here. We're just gonna, actually no, yeah, we're done. So we're gonna do a little bit of stretching. That is my workout video, you guys. I am not a workout expert, but I am, you know, staying consistent, which I'm really happy about. I'm just trying to get these forms and positioning and actual, you know, positions all set and ready. That way I can, you know, do these workouts properly and not get hurt along the way. So give me your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'm open to feedback. I love to hear what you guys have to say. I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, like this video in the comment section down below. I'll give you guys an update video in the future. I'll see you guys later. Peace and have a nice day.